My dad died about 14 years ago, so if I can actually remember, I think it was when we were little, and then we'll be going to school, myself and my sisters, and then he would see us off and intend to go home, but he won't actually go home. He would be following us. And so one time there was this kid who tried to fight with my bigger sister, and then my daddy appeared from nowhere. We didn't even know he was following us. He just appeared and he started the whole "my daughter, why are you fighting with my daughter" thing, and it was just so nice. So yes, I think that's the fondest memory that I have of him. It's actually a lot, but that's a very good one. We never knew he used to follow us. We thought once he left us, he goes to work and then we go to school, but he actually always followed us till we got to school before he left for work. Yeah, he was such an amazing dad.
My daddy is generous to a fault. I remember one day he called me to come over to the house, and we went to the bank to withdraw money, and apparently that was his last money. After withdrawing, we went shopping. I thought, okay, it's for the house. No, this guy was going to give the things out to some people he has been taking care of. We bought a lot of things. The only thing he took out was this white soda biscuits. That's the only thing we took home. From the rice to the oil and other things, he gave them out to the people. And that thing has stuck with me. I didn't understand it then, but I think with time, I'm beginning to understand the essence of what he did.
Way back then, back in the village, I remember when I was 5-6 years, he normally used to carry me to the farm on his shoulders, and also when we get to the farm, he makes sure he kills the squirrels for me. Yes, and I enjoyed it.
Talking about my father, wow, I don't always get the opportunity to talk about my father, so this really excites me. He's been an amazing father, and I couldn't have asked for any other father than the father that I have, as in Mr. Samuel Asafueje. I love you, Dad.
When I was growing up, he was a lot of things, and I remember being with him like through everything he was doing. At a point, he was a photographer, and I was his model. And we'll go to the beach, I'll sit on the rocks, and he would take pictures of me. At a point, he was a fisherman, and I would follow him to go fishing. At some point, he was a farmer, and that one, so I'll follow him to the farm. But like among all the things that we did together, the one that has really impacted my life, and I would say that is my fondest, was when he taught me how to read. So my dad was a teacher, and growing up, we moved around a lot, my mom and I, so I didn't really stay in school. And so whenever my dad got the chance to be with me, he would just sit me down. Instead of leaving me to go and play, he would say, "Come, let me teach you how to read." So he taught me how to read, and then he told me that if you learn how to pronounce a word, wherever you see it, try and read it. I mean, to him it was just a simple thing he was teaching me, but this became like the most important part of my identity, because I grew up reading. I'll read anything I see, like billboards, signboards, books, anything. And through my reading, now I'm a writer. And so I think that, yes, most fond memory or fondest memory is when he taught me how to read.
To be content with what you have. He didn't have it all, but he was happy, lived a fulfilled life, and it was amazing. So yes, whatever I have, I'm good and okay with it.
No matter how little you have, just give out to whoever is in need.
Talking about lessons from my father is a very straight person. I wouldn't want to be like him in any way, but he's very honest. He's an honest person, and I think so far I've picked that from him. Yeah. Apart from that, that's the only thing I've learned from him so far, being honest, but I don't want to be strict.
there's one thing that I've learned is humility. My dad is so those who know my dad probably will know what I'm talking about. Like, he's so humble. He doesn't care how old you are. He will come to your level. Like, that's one thing that I've taken really from my dad, that he doesn't look down upon people. He doesn't say, oh, you're not my age mate, or you're not in the same status as I am, or anything. My dad is very affable and very cool with everybody. And so that's one thing I've learned about him. Stay humble. And that has really impacted on my life. It's really taking me to places. Yeah.
My dad is a very complicated man. His life was a lot, and I think that's one lesson I would say I learned from watching him, or the few times I have watched him live, is that time passes. Like, sometimes you have to do something, but you think you have a lot of time. So you keep saying, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it at this time. I'll do it at this time. Before you realize, time has gone by and you haven't done anything. And that's actually something he told me while I was talking to him. He said, I said I was going to turn my life around. And then one day I woke up and then the years had caught up with me and I hadn't done much. So whenever I feel like procrastinating, I think of my dad, and then I do what I need to do in the moment.